This is the third time I have tried to film this. The third. I'm getting real tired of it at this point. So let's hope I can actually do it this time. So this is my book tag, I guess? I don't know. It can be a tag if you want it to be a tag. I just thought this would kind of be a cute idea to do and be a fun way to get to know someone, especially if they are a book nerd like me. Basically, the whole premise of this tag is to explain yourself or introduce yourself using only book characters. So the way that I have this planned out is there are 8 questions. I should know how many questions there are. Why do I not know this? There are 9 questions to basically describe who you are, what you're like as a person, and kind of everything that someone needs to know about you using only book characters. So let's get into it. Question 1. A book character that you share the same name as. For this, I went with Rachel Elizabeth Dare from the Percy Jackson series. aka, my name's Rachel. I love Rachel from the Percy Jackson series. I think she is like 100% one of the most underrated characters from that series. She's an icon, honestly. She's a fucking icon. She takes nobody's shit, including Percy's, which 10 out of 10. I love her so much. Question 2, a character that you're the same age as. As it turns out, I'm the same age as Emmett Cullen, aka I'm 20. You know, take away the immortality, he's 20. I actually kind of had to look that one up because I couldn't find any book character that was 20 years old, bar him. Turns out fantasy doesn't believe in characters in their 20s. I think the only age you can be in a fantasy novel would be, 17 at the most. The third question is a book character that's from the same place as you. George, Karen, Jerry, Pat and Lark from Floo are all from Northern Ireland, and so am I. You don't normally find books set in Northern Ireland, at least you don't normally find fiction books set in Northern Ireland. So I'm kind of happy that I had this one in my collection. Made me feel proud of myself and was very helpful for this tag. Question 4 is a character that I relate to. For this, I picked Craig from It's Kind of a Funny Story. Craig, honestly, is me, and I am him. There's so many little quirks that I share with this character that makes me love him all the more. This book is actually, I was gonna say my favourite. It's one of my top 5 novels, and Craig being so similar to me, I feel like I just I have to love him, If you've ever read this book, Craig is socially inept, funny, puts way too much pressure on himself, and is really creative in really obscure ways. So yeah, I love him, and I kind of feel like we're kindred spirits, like we're bros. Question number 5 is a character that has the same occupation as you. I did have a book for this. However, I lent it to my friend, so let's just pretend that I'm holding Fangirl right now. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Because not only is Kath a, English and creative writing student at university? I think she does. Creative writing is part of her degree. I do English with creative writing in my university. And that's an event, to say the least. It's an interesting time. Question number 7 is a fictional couple that you think are your couple goals. And I'm not actually going to say Nick and Charlie, which you may think because I'm holding up Heartstopper. I'm actually going to say Tara and Darcy. I love them. If you've read Heartstopper, you know about Tara and Darcy. They just have the cutest dynamic ever. They're both constantly down with each other's shit. They're so funny. They're just they're so cute and so fluffy, but at the same time they just take the piss out of each other, and that's all I want in life, Not to mention they're queer, and queer rep in books it makes my little heart flutter. It really does. Question number 7 is a duo that you think are friendship goals, and for this I am going with Cinder and Thorn. The reason why I'm holding Cress right now is because I feel like you really get to see the dynamic that is Cinder and Thorn in this book. They are constantly at each other's throats. They are literally insulting each other every 5 minutes. Thorn is always pushing Cinder over the edge in some way or another, but they would both literally die for each other. And if you ask me, I think that's friendship goals. They're honestly iconic. Their humor, like, bro, their banter, amazing. Everything that I want and I strive for in life. Icons. I love them. Number 8 isn't exactly a character, but more so a general question. And number 8 is a book that's aesthetic you feel like matches with your own. And for this, I'm going to go with Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. I feel like when it comes to aesthetics, the best way to explain myself is I like things to match. That's my thing. I don't care what color it is. I don't care if it's neutrals, I don't care if it's bold colors, I don't care if it's patterns. If it matches, I'm down for it. And the reason why I think Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me is a great example of this is, like, obviously we have all this beautiful pink, it's really nice blue, but when you open it up, it does my favorite thing. All of the illustrations in this novel are done in a black, grey, white and pink scheme. If there is anything in this world that pleases my little soul, it's this. Genuinely, this is everything to me. It just satisfies me so much. I love stuff like this. Question number 9 actually has 3 parts. Question number 9 is 3 book characters you feel like either changed your life or you hold near and dear to your heart. I feel like when you ask someone what their favourite book characters are, it really says a lot about them as a person. My top 3, starting at the least and going like to the most, would be Melanie from The Girl with All the Gifts. If you've ever read The Girl with All the Gifts, if you've ever seen the film, you know what Melanie is like. And if not, Melanie is a breath of fresh air. She's, oh dear, I don't even remember her age. She's like 9. No, that's way too young. She's like 11 in the books. And she's just this spark of joy. She's so creative, she's so bright, but she's so loving. And I love her as a character. I hold her really near and dear to my heart because she is such an angel. And whenever I think about her character, I just feel really happy. You know, even though the end was really questionable, I understood her reasons in that book. Doesn't mean I don't find them strange. The second character that I hold so near and so dear to my heart is Grimalkin from the Spook series. Grimalkin is everything I want to be. She is a badass. She gives no shits. Her entire aesthetic is green, which I'm currently vibing with quite hard right now. Ignore the red lipstick and the eyeliner. Green, we're vibing. But honestly, Grimalkin is one of those characters that I've always loved. I loved her since I started reading the Wordstone Chronicles when I was like 9. I thought she was so cool because she was such a badass and she's just amazing. Like, I could go on for hours about how much I love Grimalkin. I literally have a tattoo dedicated to this character. Like, Joseph Delaney, you really knocked it out of the park with this bitch. I love her. My final favourite character, and probably number 1, is Jude from A Little Life. I love Jude. And I know I've said, like, I love for, like, all these and everything, but there's no words when it comes to how I feel about the character of Jude. He is amazing in so many ways. He's a flawed character. Like, he's deeply flawed. God bless his soul. He is so problemed. But I feel like that's why I love him and his character so much. There's really no words. Like, I would have to, like, go into, like, a verbal essay about how much I love Jude, which I would definitely be down for doing. I mean, I have enough notes in the book to describe my love for him, but no. The character of Jude, honestly, changed my life. This novel changed my life, 100%. And that's it. It's just 9 questions. I hope you find this interesting. I know it's kind of weird and maybe a bit unusual and kind of hard to follow, but I feel like you can find out a lot about someone by what characters come to their mind when you ask them a certain question. I don't know. I thought it would be interesting, and I feel like this kind of gives you an interesting sight into me and my reading habits, and yeah, I thought it'd be fun. If you want to do this tag, honestly, go for it. Still don't know what I'm going to call it. I need to give it like a snappy name for the titles, but we'll see if I actually end up managing to do that. I don't think I will. So if you want to do it, do it. I will leave my Bookstagram down below. You can tag me on there if you decide to do it in the caption of a post, or do it on here and send me it, because I want to see someone actually succeed at doing this and not faff it up as much as I did. As for tagging people, I am not gonna lie, I don't really have friends on like BookTube or Bookstagram, because I'm kind of antisocial and I just like to like posts. I like to spam people, but talking is a bit of a hard point for me. But if I had to tag anyone, it would be Spoopy Hall. I would love to see how she would answer these questions. And yeah, you guys actually should definitely check her out. I mean, if you've seen this, you'd have to know who Spoopy Hall is. She's fucking iconic. She's great. But yeah, that is everything. So, thanks, I guess. I don't know. Here's hoping I come back with something more interesting next time that actually makes sense. Fingers crossed.